Hello, welcome to Back to Coding. For a better understanding of this video, I highly recommend you to check out the previous video or the complete playlist in the description below. Today we'll be talking about creating the SQLite helper. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and a bell icon so that whenever I publish a video, you get notified instantly about it. You create a SQLite helper by writing a class that extends the SQLite OpenHelper class. When you do this, you must override the onCreate and onUpgrade methods. These methods are mandatory. The onCreate method gets called when the database first gets created on the device. The method should include all the code needed to create the tables you need for your app. The onUpgrade method gets called when the database needs to be upgraded. As an example, if you need to make table changes to your database after it's been released, this is the method to do it in. In our app, we are going to use a SQLite helper called OurAppNameDatabaseHelper. Create this class in your OurAppName project by highlighting the app/src/main/java/com.example.OurAppName folder in your project folder explorer and navigating to File, New, Java class. Give the class a name of OurAppNameDatabaseHelper, then replace its contents with the code below. To get the SQLite helper to do something, we need to add code to its methods. The first thing to do is tell the SQLite helper what database it needs to create. There are two pieces of information the SQLite helper needs in order to create the database. First, we need to give the database a name. By giving the database a name, we make sure that the database remains on the device when it's closed. If we don't, the database will only be created in memory, so once the database is closed, it will disappear. The second piece of information we need to provide is the version of the database. The database version needs to be an integer value starting at 1. The SQLite helper uses this version number to determine whether the database needs to be upgraded. You specify the database name and version by passing them to the constructor of the SQLite OpenHelper superclass. We are going to give our database a name of OurAppName, and as it's the first version of the database, we'll give it a version number of 1. Here's the code we need. The constructor specifies details of the database, but the database doesn't get created at that point. The SQLite helper waits until the app needs to access the database, and the database gets created at that point. Once you have told the SQLite helper what database to create, you can specify its tables. That's it for this video. We'll be talking more on these topics in the upcoming videos. Finally, don't forget to check my other videos which can be helpful to you.